Hello everybody and welcome. In this very brief tutorial, I'm going to get you started about, first of all, what is chemistry, but also, of course, get you started with some essential resources you want to download and have in your binders right away. So the first thing, obviously, that you're going to need is a periodic table. Now, the best periodic tables I've found are from ptable.com. I'll put the link down below. You don't need to print it in color. It can be black and white. I actually prefer to print the black and white and then use colored pencils or highlighters to highlight different things like the groups, which elements are solids and liquids and gases, which are diatomic or polyatomic, and things like that. So we'll get into that as we go through the class. You want to have this printed out, and we're going to mark it up so much it's going to become a very frequent everyday resource. Now, the second thing you want to do is get the textbook. I'm using the free, completely free OpenStax Chemistry textbook to keep your costs down. I'm using the second edition textbook, not the Adams First edition. I've made sure to include a link in the description below so you can get the correct edition that I use when I teach my classes. Now, when you go to the website, you have several options for how you're going to view this. Now, you can click View Online, and basically it's through your web browser. So if you have decent, reliable internet, you can view that through your browser. You're going to have to click on the chapter and then the section, and then you're going to have to read. So there's a little bit of clicking to get into it. You can also download a PDF, but that PDF is going to be huge. It's going to be a large file size, and also the page numbers of the PDF won't correspond exactly with the page numbers of the textbook. Now, what I like to do is actually download the app. It's really slick. You can scroll over to the chapter you're working on, and then, for example, you could be watching a video on your laptop computer, have paper and pencil for working out problems, and then you can have your phone right there. So if you need to quickly browse to some of the text from the textbook, you can do that. Of course, just because the textbook is free doesn't mean it's going to do everything for you. You still got to read a textbook no matter what. So check out the description in the video below, and I'll provide a link for you to download the textbook or to view it. You want to bookmark that on your computer or download the app. Obviously, please subscribe to my channel if you have already. Thank you. My channel is a very useful resource. Now, if you're in my course, sure, lectures are linked up in through Canvas, but also in my channel you'll find problems, worked problems, me using the Apple Pencil on the iPad, worked out exams, worked out problems of all sorts of kinds. You're going to see concepts and lectures and other demos and things like that that just aren't in the video stream here. Okay. Also, many of my videos are in playlists, so if you watch a video and you're like, hey, I need to know more about this, you can look at the other videos in the playlist. So please subscribe to my channel. Now, what the heck is chemistry? So chemistry is everywhere. So you can see this guy has some perfumes. You might think of paint, for example, pesticides, and all these other dangerous chemicals as being chemistry. But chemicals are natural stuff too. Oxygen in the air, all the chemicals in a banana, for example. Everything you experience through the senses involves chemistry and chemicals, okay? Chemicals are matter. And all of our senses involve intricate series of extremely complicated chemical reactions and interactions in our body. And with such an enormous range of topics, it's essential to know chemistry at some level to understand the world around us. Chemistry is a very fundamental science, and that's why you're taking it, and it's going to be useful in your career moving forwards. In more formal terms, okay, chemistry is defined as the study of matter and the changes it can undergo. Now, chemists sometimes refer to matter as stuff, and that's exactly what it is. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So that's to say anything you can touch or hold. Now, common usage might have us believe that chemicals are just substances in a laboratory that you might see behind me, or something that's not a natural substance. But that's far from the truth. Chemists believe that everything is made of chemicals. Although there are countless types of matter all around us, this complexity is composed of various combinations of only 118 elements. So here's a periodic table. 118 elements make up everything in the universe. Okay? Now, elements such as hydrogen, chlorine, silver, maybe copper, are part of everyday knowledge, and you're going to recognize them. But very few people have heard of selenium or rubidium or hassium. Nevertheless, all matter is composed of various combinations of these basic elements. And the wonder of chemistry, I think, is that when these basic particles are combined, they make something new and unique, something oftentimes very unexpected. So take a look at sodium here on the screen. It's a soft silvery metal, and when you add it to water, it explodes. It gives off hydrogen gas and enough heat to make that reaction occur. It's very nasty stuff. And how about chlorine? So chlorine's a green gas when it's at room temperature, as you can see here. It's very caustic, and it can cause you to choke. It's very nasty, so nasty it was used as a horrible chemical gas weapon in the last century. So what kind of horrible mess do you think will happen when you add sodium with chlorine? Well, you'll just make sodium chloride, which is common table salt. Table salt does not explode in water. It doesn't make us choke and gasp for breath. Rather, it's just a very common additive for foods we eat every day. So in a nutshell, that's a little bit about what chemistry is about. Understanding the basic properties of matter and learning how to predict and explain how they change and when they react to form new substances. Okay? And that's what chemists do, and that's what chemistry studies. It's not just limited to beakers and laboratories, but it's all around us. And the better we know chemistry, the better we know our world. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for other videos in this Play series.